Okay, after a week hiatus, it felt like a long week off. We are back. We've got double duty tonight, so we're gonna get right into it. Gig, hello.
Hello,
Allison.
ladies.
Hey.
So we'll start with season 8, episode 19. Yes, I said it, 19. Tell All Part 2. It was only an hour long, so we're gonna breeze right through this. Andrew and Amira, we're putting, like, this is it, like, dead. After this, we're not speaking of them ever again. Let's hope. I just want to say, Andrew looks like he's dressed like the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Like, I'm waiting for him to take out his little, like, pocket watch. That was the vibe I was getting. Allison?
It was bad.
It was bad. Gig?
Yo, homeboy just went to Burlington fucking coat factory, and he's like, Michael Kors is a fucking superstar. This suit's wonderful. And he's like, fuck, there's no blue vest. Gonna have to go with black. Because black vest with blue suit, you're on it, pal.
So plus, I think he stopped for like a Brazilian keratin hair treatment on the way because his hair was extra smooth. So
greasy. A little greasy.
Very greasy. Very greasy. Now, Amira, on the other hand, I thought looked like an extra for Moulin Rouge, and I didn't think it looked good. Gig, I'd like the man's opinion here, because we thought it looked bad. Your thoughts?
You know, what's really, like, okay, she's very attractive, of course, but, like, there's this weird, like, when she was in Serbia, it was like, God damn, she's smoking hot. Like, she had something going on. But every now and then she like waffles in and out. But it might be just because we're learning a little bit more about her character where I'm like, I just don't. I think she has some ulterior motives. Let's just say that. And I think there's a lot that's lying. You know, I really think that she wants to get here and become a movie star or something. Like, I know she's big into the makeup, right? That's what she's...
Yes, it was. I want Sephora first, Andrew second was kind of her agenda.
I
don't get it.
I don't either.
No, I agree.
Is there no makeup in France? Like, I don't understand.
It's pretty much like the makeup and perfume capital of the world. That's what Paris is.
Now,
I've been there.
There you go. I give Jovi some credit here because he was kind of onto her from episodes ago. He was kind of saying things on Instagram like something isn't adding up here, and she says she sent her ring back with gifts to his family, but for some reason she's so distraught. I was very confused about this. Allison?
Why do you send gifts to your ex-fiance's family? I was like,
who you are on terrible terms with, like,
right?
Not
what
even
gifts
speaking.
Are you sending to them, and why? Like, it's over.
Yes.
So what are you doing? I don't get it.
Right. No, things weren't adding up. Like,
what they sent.
That's
I'm curious.
A good point.
I want to know.
Yeah, that's a situation where you send like,
arrangement,
like a horse's head, like to your ex-wife's family, to your old in-laws. Like, here you go.
Right.
She's first of all, both of them are full of shit because both of them, you're only getting half stories from. Neither one of them are telling complete truths. She's doing everything to like paint him as the most horrible person, but Jovi, like you said, caught her in the little mix of words there, and he's like, "Wait a second, you said this," and her whole thing is this: it's like when the shit starts getting a little bit, she starts catching a little fucking heat. Oh, a fucking panic attack. I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah.
I
can't. Okay. And to say like I can't have a conversation with him. Wouldn't you want that conversation? Wouldn't you want to be like, look at these text messages. Explain how you think it's okay to speak to me this way, and not just be like, no, he can't hear anything I have to say. And I think it's because at the very end she drops the bombshell of, oh, I've met somebody else already, and I think she didn't want to face that music. Yeah, it was a bad look.
No, Kelly said, Kelly's like, I bet she was on the phone with that dude when she was at the airport.
Maybe.
And I was like, oh, that's juicy, Kelly. Real juicy.
Yeah, because she was very cold that whole show, and then as soon as they brought him up, she turned into a little puddle. You could tell, like, she's definitely
she's in
got
love.
someone.
She loves him, you know. And you saw
Allison?
that what that dude looks like, right? Allison, did you see her
The new man?
the new
No.
man? I posted a picture in the
Oh.
chat. He's like I think he's
I missed that.
Filipino or something with his septum pierced. He's from Los Angeles. About
Okay,
the
'cause I
exact opposite of you guys probably thought it was a fucking joke when you saw it. Like, this is
he
her
had
new
the funny
man.
name. Camel, right?
Yes. Camel.
Yes,
Oh.
Camel. Yes. Okay, I'm not because at first I was confused because I was like, I'm pretty sure she said he was American, but yeah, LA. There you go.
Camel.
God, please don't have her on another season, please.
They're gonna. You know damn well they're gonna.
It's totally a setup for her to be on another season. I was just like, oh, hello, Darcy. Like,
yep, it's very Darcy, very Larissa-esque. Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely a shoo-in for another season. There is something that's not adding up here. We went from no messages from Andrew to barely any messages from Andrew.
Whoops.
All of a sudden, he wants to get her knocked up right when she comes to the U.S. Like, this has never been discussed before. They've never met. Like, they have met before. They have hung out before. Like, why is this all of a sudden like I don't even know what to believe at this point. I don't care. I don't want to see Andrew ever again. He's disgusting. I can't stand him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just Jovi.
Well, you remember what he really wanted to do when she first got there, remember? He wanted
I just remember he had a big stuff camping.
He wanted to take her camping. Now, a lot of shit goes down when you're camping. So he's just thinking 2 birds, 1 stone. I'll knock her right up while we're camping.
I've never been.
I've been
a camper.
You guys never
I'm
done that camping?
on the ground. I can't. It's 40 years old. I can say like I can barely get up off the ground at this point. So.
Gotta find a man with an air mattress, for crying out loud. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she does not look like the camping type to me.
No.
Anyway, yeah, Jovi was right. There's something going on.
I give him credit. Yep. He was calling it out.
The thing that was most frustrating to me about this entire situation was that we couldn't get both of them at the same time.
Yeah, it was very frustrating.
And we never got anything else from him. Now, not that I want more from him, but it would have been interesting to kind of understand the back and forth. And if she's truly moved on with Camel or whatever his name is, I can't say it with a straight face.
Camel.
Maybe it's Camel.
He likes to hump. Waka waka.
What a phrase. What a slogan.
That was amazing. But if she's really truly moved on, why does she care? Like,
she was avoiding the conversation because there is something to hide. It has to be.
It has to be. And her bustier or whatever she's wearing.
Oh, she had that corset, and like she has a great figure. I've seen her in those little tight dresses. Yes. Her body looks great. That did nothing for her. It sat on the worst part of the hips, and just I don't know. She looked like there was something wrong with her during that whole thing. I don't know.
It was a weird choice for sure.
So we will move on to Tariq and Hazel with the special guest star of Minty.
Oh.
Okay, guys. Show of hands. Who here thought that they have all hooked up in a threesome? This was, thank God, someone finally asks this. Dale, yes, we all thought this. I'm very confused. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you weren't buying it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I mean, can anyone be more jealous of another person?
No. Nope. I mean,
Hazel hates Minty.
Okay, but this isn't. It's not hard to resolve this. You get out of the group chat. You don't have a group chat anymore. You don't if she says I'm uncomfortable with you talking to this woman, then that's that. Allison, does it seem this simple to you?
It's weird. I don't understand. It's I don't get it. Like, what is?
I still don't.
Is this a manufactured thing for the show because they are kind of boring? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get what the big deal is. Like, listen, if Hazel truly wants to be in a throuple, as you call it, Lauren, this is what goes on. Like,
But you
so
can't have jealousy issues and be in a throuple. Like,
you can't have it both ways. Like,
no.
so I mean, if she truly doesn't like this woman and she feels that, like, she has like this visceral reaction every time she sees her, like, probably a good thing to not talk to her, Tariq. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it's me.
It's not. That's on him. They are married. His wife says, "Hey, knock the shit off," but he doesn't want to because
Nope.
Minty is way hotter than Hazel. And he's like, I want to get myself some Minty. And Hazel hates that.
I think that Hazel and Tariq are some closet freak, though. Like, don't you think, like, she is like very quiet, but like you have to watch out for girls like
Guys,
her.
you
Totally
saw
have
her
to
at
watch
that
out.
bachelorette party. You
Oh,
saw
yeah.
her when she got her eyes on that stripper.
Yes.
She liked what she saw.
Yes.
But here's what I don't understand. Hazel wants a girlfriend, and Tariq's like, I'm not part of the girlfriend. Like, it's just for her. Well, why did they have that evening with the wine online looking at pictures together? Like, they were selecting someone for the group. No, I'm so confused. I still don't understand it. Who is banging who?
He was
Who
just helping her
wants
out because
what?
she's not very proficient at navigating Google Chrome. So it's like, let me help you. Let's find someone. Ooh, she's Thai. I love Thai. I mean, don't you like Thai chicks? Yeah, they're
He's
hot.
wearing his
As he has his
shirt.
Thailand shirt.
Yeah.
I
Thai
mean,
shirt
the
on.
biggest troll job I've ever seen.
Shithead.
I'm like, well, what are you doing?
And the only other thing I didn't buy from this was when Julia acted like, what? 3 people all have sex together? Like, the go-go dancer from Russia has never heard. Like,
Listen.
have you ever been anywhere? Have you ever watched certain programming on the internet? Like,
Look, I don't want to jump around too much, but apparently you can show up in Russia with a fucking blue rose and get laid, you know? So she's like, oh my God, he had a blue rose.
In a box, yeah.
She's never heard of a 3-way, but she'll bone you if you got a blue rose.
Right, because, he remembered.
oh,
No, I
man.
don't understand. Like, I felt like, okay, so let's just take a step back. Julia, during this tell-all, sucked. She was so rude and judgy and, like, just go to the gym club and you can get rid of those wrinkles on your face. Like, listen, Julia, like, it's not that easy. And also, I felt like she was being super, super judgy. Like, her and what's her face, Yara, were being a little, like, Yara was being passive aggressive and she was just being like, whoa, I've never heard of such things. And it's like, come on. Like, first of all, Betty and Ron are, like, doing whatever they're doing, and, like, come on, like, what's going on here. Like, this is no secret to anyone. So, like, as long as it's consensual, as long as everyone's all in, who cares what other people do? Like, I don't understand why it was such a big deal.
And I agree with that, but the only thing I will say is, in this situation, Tariq and Hazel, they're not on the same page. Like, they can sit here and say, oh, well, we all agree on this. And no, this isn't working. And yes, it might be that Minty with her matching pink lipstick, shirt, earrings, and eyeshadow, all pink. Tariq might really like that. But I guarantee you the next girl that comes along, she's going to have a problem with it, because that's just, I don't know. I can see it coming.
I did like how Tariq had the balls to be like, yo, y'all give me shit. Now I got 3, and there's 3 of us, and there's only 2 of you.
We don't have any problems. I'm like, you got problems. Were you just there when your wife was? He's sleeping on the couch for the next week after that tell-all. Are you kidding me?
They're doing a tell-all from 2 different rooms.
In the same house.
In the same house.
Yeah.
And all I could look at was with that one little dinged piece of paint to the left of his door the whole fucking time. Drove me crazy.
What color was that?
Oh, yeah.
Their house.
Gross.
So we're going to do, in 10 seconds, we're going to do Mike and Natalie just from the tell-all, where they want to, again, recap the shirtless wedding fiasco. They did bring on Sarah. This is just, you have to either decide, are we moving on from this? Are we just all going to be okay with it? Or, is this going to be the straw that broke the camel's back? Because you can't keep bringing it up. Enough. Allison?
Why couldn't this happen way before now?
Right.
I don't get it.
Does anyone here think that they hooked up?
No.
No.
Shirtless Mike isn't what's going to be like, oh, well, she definitely couldn't resist that.
That chick seemed pretty chill. Like, she was cool. She's like, I'm getting fucking married the next year. I didn't know that whole thing. He was there for their wedding. That she was getting married the next day.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. I
what?
knew that, but I thought it was in a hotel and it was just those two. The new information to me was it was at her house and there were a bunch of people there. So I'm like, okay, this story. And you know what? I will defend Natalie. If she was like, just tell me the whole story so we can move on, then you tell the whole story and you move on. But
I've totally been at a friend's house where like the chick's like, hey, I'm jumping in the shower. You know, it's very like a normal fucking thing. You know, it's not like when the story got told like that, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This chick has been hyper focusing on that situation and like sabotaging. I'm not saying Mike's off the fucking hook or anything, but still, she's like, I'm like, really, lady?
Is what you're throwing a fit over, right? A
this
wedding.
Is the hill you're gonna fucking die on?
Not go to the wedding. Be like, sorry, my girlfriend who's overseas said I can't go.
I called her Miss America and I got laid. What's up with that? Miss America and Blue Roses. Apparently, you can get good to know. I could always, get laid in Europe if push comes to shove in the future with a blue rose and calling someone Miss America. Amen.
There you go.
It's just so weird, by the way.
It is
we'll
weird.
We'll get back to them. Oh boy, for a happily ever after.
So happy they're back. Said no one ever.
So yes.
The one thing I was just gonna say is I couldn't believe, well, I can't believe how nasty Natalie was to this Sarah person without really knowing her at all and asking her, like, are all American women like this or whatever she said to her. But apparently she doesn't remember saying that. And it's like, lady, like, we all have seen both sides of you. And I totally believe that you said that to her. And you should really apologize. Like,
you should not going to.
Again, don't die on this hill. Like, just move on. And I don't ever want to hear about Sarah again.
Nope. Same.
Ever.
Yes. So that was it for a great season. So we get to move right in. They don't take a break. There are no breaks in 90 Day Fiance. We go straight into Happily Ever After. Season 6, Episode 1, Be Careful What You Wish For. This, there were two couples, I believe, that we didn't see this episode. So Jovi and Yara, we didn't get to see, and Tiffany and Ronald. So we won't talk about them. This was very Michael and Angela heavy, and I am smiling because I have an entire page of sex quotes from Angela that I cannot wait to read.
Hold on, let me pull out all my stuff out of my bra.
This episode could have been called like the battle of who could show the most cleavage. Like, am I wrong here?
No, for sure.
They're
Kalani.
casting,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Pom-poms. Sweet pom-poms. I'm a big fan of the pom-poms too.
She must have known she was up against Angela, and she's just like, we are going all the way up. Those things were about to hit her chin.
So funny.
So we'll get to them.
Right.
Angela and Michael. It starts with, I mean, she's definitely gained some weight. I mean, they got right into it. She's stepping on the scale. At first I was like, what is she doing? She's like rubbing her hands all over like the fupa, and then she starts kind of fluffing it. I was like, okay, we're going there. This is quite a tour of her body. So they give us a lot of flashbacks.
Oh my God, I'm dead. I can't breathe.
Angela's Fupa should be a parody account. A 90 Day Fiance parody account. Angela's Fupa.
It probably has some personality. So her first quote, my favorite, was, after becoming a grandma, I decided to hang up my vagina. So there it is. For people who don't know, this woman is 54 and she's 273 pounds. And her husband is Michael from Nigeria, and he is 32. And they're still in separate countries due to quarantine. Gig, are you okay with a couple that go over the phone the whole season? Or is that like just an immediate bummer and it's like, oh, come on, we want to see people in person?
All right. So I don't want to expand too much, but I think they picked some really fucking boring couples to do this whole season.
Andre.
Yeah, but I feel as though this is probably the most contrived thing they've ever tried to do. I think that's what it's going to end up being. Like, there's a lot of bits going on here, like the whole bit that we see on the boat with Andre,
Get
and
together with the
the
families
drink,
and this and that.
So it seems like it's going to be the same old shit to me. Mike and Natalie bitching at each other. Are they going to get divorced? Is she going to go back to the Ukraine? Andre and his old lady and the family, and then Brandon and the whole farm, and his old lady wanted to leave the farm. So a lot of it seems like it's just going to be kind of rehashing, like a continuation of what we've already figured out.
Sure. Yeah.
So that being said, I think like the couple that could provide the most bang for the buck is probably Angela and Michael. Honestly, because she's, both of them are. I like Michael. He's just like fucking, he reminds me of like a, fucking Ewok or something. He's just all happy and shit, and she's fucking crazy.
Does she love him? I mean, does he love her though? Do you think?
I think with his boys sitting there saying that he's been chasing women and stuff, I think those were just him, like his boys. But I think we'll find out that was just clever editing, and that his boys were just busting his balls, and he's really not doing that. I really feel, this is horrible to say, but I really feel as though like most of these people from other countries, I think their goal is to get here.
Sure.
And I think that's his goal. Like, it was fucking. You remember back when she first showed up, she brought all like Donald Trump boxer shorts.
Oh, I thought it was like
Donald Trump.
He's like, I love Donald Trump. Like he's like, okay, USA. So it's like Coming to America. So fucking, I don't know. Like, does he really love? I think it'd be hard. I really do. I want to hope that there's like this crazy soft side that like he'd get there and be like a really awesome father to all those 15 grandchildren or grandfather, but I don't know. I think you also never know until they get here.
No, it's true. Allison, do you think he really loves her?
Okay, so I do. I do think that Angela and Michael are sort of the rare couple that like each other, because how could you put up with that otherwise? Like, there's something about them that seems to work for some crazy reason. I don't know what it is, but it does. I guess there's somebody for everyone.
She took her vagina out of retirement, I think is what it is.
And it's like a glove.
He comes from.
I wrote that one down.
He comes from a culture where men dominate women, and he likes to be dominated by a woman. And she is that type of chick. And I think that's why he's into it. And that's obviously that's sexually and everything else. So I think that plays a lot into it. I think he likes the whole strong personality, strong big woman. He likes the big woman. So
yeah, well, he doesn't want her to get the weight loss surgery. So
he doesn't.
Right. Nope. So say what you want, but Angela's amusing. Like, that laugh every time that she says something that she thinks is funny, like even if it's not funny, it's hysterical.
Oh, she cracks herself right up. Yeah.
I can't help it. I love her. Like, I can't help but like her, even though she's done some things that aren't necessarily, I don't know, great in the entire time that we've seen her. But I can't help but like her. I thought that the weight stuff was way overplayed in the beginning. I was like, okay, we get it. She's, gained the COVID, whatever. Like, she wants to get this weight loss surgery. Cool. I don't need to see her stepping on a scale after she uses the bathroom. I'm good. Perhaps maybe stop smoking. I don't know. Maybe that would help you feel a little bit more energized.
I heard it wrong. I thought she said 20 years. It was 40. 40 years of smoking.
Yeah.
Wow. She said that it's Michael's fault that she's gaining weight, because if he were there, she'd have something else to put in her mouth.
Oh my God. I think I blocked that out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
she'll have these little one-liners, and she's so proud of herself. She's like, "Yeah, I got that one out good. Yep. Now people know it goes in my mouth."
Like we ever questioned it, Angela.
That's not okay. Not
Never
right.
questioned.
Her words, not mine, by the way. So she has a weird conversation with the grandchildren. They all live in that house. Her house is like a nursery school. Because all these kids are within the same age. There's like 10 of them, and they're all between 4 and 7.
I don't know how she does it.
I
would
don't know.
die.
Yeah,
The
no,
kids
thank
look like it's like they're on a small world at a fucking ride at Disney too. It's like all these
variety.
kids. Yeah, there's a serious variety of
So
children there.
Beautiful though. They are so
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
And
yep.
slender too. That's
Well,
weird.
No,
All that
you're not
one.
wrong about that. No, the funniest thing to me about the whole weight loss surgery is you can tell that in her mind, she's going to go into the office and come out like looking like Jennifer Aniston. Like I've done this before. Like I'll buy a new face cream and I put it on, and then I go straight to the mirror and I'm like, wait a second. I still have wrinkles. What happened? Because guess what? It's not, like magic. She's like, wait, you're gonna take skin off of me? Like you weigh 273 pounds. Yes, it's not. I think this is very delusional. But I'm not surprised about that either. And yeah, she said that only
You know what
once in a
she saw? You
lifetime.
know what she saw? She saw Mama June do it. That's what she saw.
That's a good
true.
comparison because yes, there are some similarities here.
100.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's very true.
And Mama June had the benefit of crack and meth as well. And those are great weight loss products.
Those are usually thin people that are no,
not very good
wrong.
for the teeth, but good for the waistline.
Okay, Allison, this baby debate or situation.
Okay,
Oh, yes, please go.
They are worried. Okay, so we flash to Michael's family, and they're, of course, Michael's holding a baby of I don't know who it belongs to, somebody's baby. They're changing it in midair, which, like, that is talent.
I was
have an infant and
terrified watching that.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. There would be poop everywhere. And, I've had a lot of experience with these types of things. So that was impressive. My thing was, you don't think they were so upset about this 54, and by the way, that's a rough 54. That 54-year-old woman should be having weight loss surgery, but you think she should be having a baby? Like, what? Is this real life? Like, because she's not having a baby. I am here to tell you, like, it's not happening. Period. There's no way. It's scientifically impossible the way that they want her to have a baby. It's just not happening.
No, I agree, and I hope this isn't something that's drawn out the entire season because it's not going to go anywhere. So I
like, there's enough babies. Like you just said, there's 6 babies in that house, and it is like a nursery school. Like, maybe start there. I don't know.
Why would you get weight loss surgery before getting pregnant? Like,
you wouldn't.
Good question.
She's not getting because she's not getting pregnant.
She didn't freeze eggs or anything, did she?
No, she had one left, and it was probably like a cyst or something.
She had one egg left, and it was over easy.
Did they try to have a plan though with like the daughter? What was the plan? I don't want to say he just impregnates the daughter. That wasn't it. But
they
it
wanted
was
to take one of her eggs. So it was the whole, like, Skyla, you have to give me an egg. And poor Skyla was like, I'm not doing that. Like, it's my child. I couldn't get past that. And she's like, well, we would just raise it. Because Angela is so obsessed with the fact that this has to have her lineage or her genetics. And it's like, lady, like, this is
let's cut that out, actually. Maybe the less of that lineage, the better. Because
I think it's so important to him too. That's the only reason why it's important to her.
Yes.
It's because culturally it's like,
yeah, she doesn't want to have a kid. Are we kidding? Like, she doesn't want to have a kid.
I don't want her to have a kid. I mean, geez, it's horrible. I mean, how is she not in the throes of menopause anyway? She's 54 years old.
It is.
Right?
Yeah, I think
is.
she's in some like egg recovery I don't know how it works. I'm being honest.
I
I
was
don't know how it
listening
works.
to 90 Day Fiance Cray Cray, and
Mhm.
whoever that they had on was a guest today, and they said she doesn't have one egg left, and the one egg that she had left is like on a ventilator or something at this point. And I started laughing. It was like a little face mask or like oxygen on. I mean, it's not happening. Like,
No.
you could talk about it all day. It's not happening.
So we'll see what their storyline go. I think we're getting a lot of makeover stuff, which I don't hate. I like the sex comments because they're just so funny.
What'd she say about her clit?
Wait, isn't that foreshadowing to the next one? And they're
was
having
it? Am I good?
having
Okay.
bathtub FaceTime.
Oh, okay. That was.
She said it wrong. She's like, I can't say it wrong. I don't know how to say this word wrong. She's like, clitoris? What did she? No, she said it wrong though. She did not say it correct, and I was like,
it was like a weird voice too.
She had the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Yeah, that's what she did. Something like that. Oh, that was in the next one. I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead there.
Well, things to look forward to next week, guys. Them in the bathtub with mispronounced
female anatomy
parts.
So two other things. She doesn't drink water.
Oh, I wrote that down too. I don't drink water.
What? What do you drink? Like
Kool-Aid and
orange soda. Yeah, grape soda, something. Yeah, for sure.
Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Yeah. Was Michael legit like Michael legit is like worried that she's gonna lose all this weight and find some other man? Like, is he serious with that? I think he really is. He really, honestly.
He seemed very concerned. Very concerned.
And where are they? She's in Alabama or something? Arkansas?
Georgia.
Georgia, that's right.
Hazelhurst, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure men are lining up to beat down her door.
You never know.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, she's a hot shit. I love her. I mean, she's great.
She's funny. And does it bug anyone else that she's wearing two different reds in her like little pose at the beginning? She's wearing like a burgundy,
a cranberry.
And
yes.
And I'm like, who told you this
doesn't match? Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Nope.
It drives me nuts every time she comes on.
I didn't see the colors through all the fupa rubbing. You know?
She was reaching for something. Like something might have been lodged in there. I'm not sure. Like the remote control got stuck.
I do that too, though. You rub your belly in the morning, like, oh yeah. Me and Ange. All right.
Oh, I do like them though. I'm glad they're back.
Me too.
Because, speaking of people who I'm not glad they're back, Mike and Natalie again. Okay. Do these people, you know what their problem is? They need to not have rings because every argument they're having is about a ring and it's stupid.
I love it though. She's like, I got down on my knees for you. I was like, insert joke here. Come on, Michael. And
I was waiting for it. My mind went there.
Because I cherish and I respect you. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. And the other chick's like, the hippie chick's like, that was wonderful.
I see that you have so much love for each other. I'm like, well, clearly you don't watch.
Yeah, you're blind, lady. Blind.
Yeah.
God. Oh, that store was so weird. So they go to Stargazer's store to get okay. I don't know what this stuff is. They need sex energy. What are they I don't understand.
It was incense. They were buying incense.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this. I'm like, I don't understand.
It's the first thing I do when I'm in the mood is spark up a stick of patchouli,
God. I hate incense. It is like the worst.
I don't even understand it.
Dirty blanket at a dead show. It's gross.
Mike was being so weird. I think he realized he was dead in the last season, so he just keeps making these noises. So he'd be like, "Yeah,
you are the queen of the night." Oh, cool.
And these awful forced jokes. I just don't like him. I know she's no prize. I understand it, but
what was even more creepy is those two sitting next to each other when they were doing talking about being in Paris, and he's like, "Oui, oui." It's just ew.
So weird. First of
It
all,
was
like they
weird,
were
yes.
oddly happy, like almost manic. Like it was weird. I was like, okay, well, this is not what I was expecting. And just like a general comment about this whole episode, like we don't need the whole like this is Natalie and Mike. They
Oh,
met.
the
Like if you
recaps.
haven't watched this show by now, like no, like go
Yep.
back. Like,
Too bad.
like enough. Like let us stop wasting time. I'm like fast forwarding. I know. The my heart, like whatever. I cringed so hard. Like who would okay, maybe I don't know. Would you fall for that? I would not fall for that. That was so cringy. I would have laughed so hard at her.
No, I don't like
Standing
romance.
in front of a thing of roses. Like, what are we doing here?
No.
She was all emotional that he called her Miss America because she waved. And he's like, it made me feel like a movie star. And I was like, wow, really?
Easy to please, I guess. Like, Mike, this should not be that hard, but somehow they make it very difficult to be happy. It's incredible.
And the mask kiss.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, clearly. I was a little annoyed that Mike would not talk about why he called off the wedding, because I feel like he just talked about it, and like clearly this was taped before they taped the reunion or whatever. Like it seemed that way, and
I don't think so, because she in this episode knew about the mom wanting to intervene.
Oh, that's true. Well,
I think
it seemed that way because it was like you talked about it at the tell-all. So what's the big mystery? But whatever.
No.
Wait a second, that is weird. Hold on. Wait a second, because they were talking like the chick goes, when did you guys get married? He goes, April 15th. And then they're fucking talking about going to Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
at his mother's in Oklahoma. That's weird timeline shit going on right there.
Yeah,
right?
They need to give us the little date in the corner. Like they used to say, like how many days until the visa, or how many, when they were doing it a lot with quarantine, because we kind of could know like how bad it was. There should always be a date, because it gets very confusing.
Well,
I
whatever
agree.
the case, I was like, okay, Mike, whatever. But then I was thinking about it because they were showing her making the phone call to the Justice of the Peace where she's sobbing. And I was like, wait a minute. Why did she have to make the phone call?
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't he have done that? Like, why did he put her through that? And then I hated him even more, even though I don't like her either.
Because he's a robot.
Yeah.
There's no cell service in the woods, Allison. That's why.
No cell service, but I have a Bluetooth in my ear. Like, why don't you just tap that thing and call the Justice of the Peace and save poor Natalie, like, who's hysterical. Clearly, you don't care at all. So it's like,
yeah. And I will say, I know I always say, like, decide that you're going to move on from something and move on from it. But if someone canceled my wedding the day of the wedding, I'd probably bring that up for a long time. I mean, I don't blame her for being like, oh, I don't want to hear. She didn't have a ring, then she didn't wear the ring. Now he doesn't have a ring. This has to stop. Stop the madness, all of you, because it's crazy. You're just making problems.
She grabs like a size 5 and wedges it right on his finger first
Jams
thing.
it.
I was like, whoa, slow it down. You're never going to get that puppy off. And then the chick's like, you need some lotion? It's like, what the fuck?
And it's so strange how she's like acting nervous to go visit the mother. It's like, okay, A, you guys have met. B, you're married. Like, this is happening in reverse. What are we nervous about? I think it's like Gig said. They're making this trip to be part of the storyline. We're gonna go visit Trish and her bangs, and we need something to do. That's kind of like, I think that's all of us at this point. Just need something to do. Let's drive to Oklahoma.
Does not seem like a fun trip.
No.
You know, the one part that, like, as much as of a douche that Mike is, that I found completely hilarious, were like, did you ever hope that her visa was denied? And he's like, next question.
The answer to that question is yes.
Yeah.
Loaded
like,
question.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think there's
100%.
much choice there to answer. All right.
No.
So.
Whoa. We're skipping past the biggest, thing here.
Okay.
Who's screaming in the woods behind their house on a nightly basis?
Bo.
Uncle Bo.
Does this not concern anyone else?
He's howling at the moon. I mean, come on now.
They're screaming in the wood, and I'm like, what?
He's got his cleanest wife beater on out there. Ever since the wedding, you can't. He's trying to find a she-wolf to get with, like Twilight.
I'm like, I hope they have Simply Safe.
These people live
would
very
love to
differently
go.
than us, Allison. Very differently than us, I would
be
say.
freaked out. Like, true story, I am not from like the city. I'm from a suburb outside of Boston, but
Okay.
I went to school in New Hampshire, and like there was a couple times where we had to go pick up my friends in the middle of absolutely nowhere, like dirt roads, like animals hanging from trees. I have never been so freaked out in my entire life, so I totally understand where Natalie's coming from. And if somebody was screaming in the woods behind my house at night, like I get upset when the coyotes start howling where I live right now. Like that's too much wildlife for me.
Now,
I would be.
I'll let you in on something, Allison. Now, a Fisher cat in real life, a Fisher cat legit sounds like a screaming female at night.
Had them behind an apartment that I lived in, actually right by Oak Grove. They lived in this like canal, and one night I woke up thinking that somebody was being murdered outside of my house, like
blood curdling. Like I legit, like I remember that when I was a kid, the first time I ever heard it, like I legit thought someone was in trouble.
They're vicious, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they can be, but it's just the sound they make. I mean, it sounds like a woman screaming. So maybe they get the Fisher cats out there in Washington State. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm still thinking it's Uncle Bo.
Oh, it's got to be. I mean,
I'm still thinking it's Uncle Bo.
He's probably wait for him to make an appearance.
Screaming for more crab cakes on the grill.
Yes, so
simple life they lead. Okay, so Elizabeth, and she's gonna say it, you guys. So I'm gonna say it, Andre. I just like I can't with that.
I reacted when they came on my screen and rolled my eyes.
I twitch a little bit, kind of like.
Stand them.
So
the family Libby cannot stand them.
They think they're the Kardashians, correct?
I don't know what they think they're, but
it's not
happening.
That's a fair assessment. I think she's kind of funny with the way she gives him dirty looks and stuff. He's just fucking oblivious. And wait a second, I guess I never really heard, what did he do to get kicked out of the police force?
I think he wouldn't lie about something that he knew, or like it didn't seem like a very honest situation.
It didn't. I just remember it didn't make him sound like a bad guy. I didn't go, oh well, that's not that bad. I'm okay with him if that's the reasoning. I don't remember the reasoning, but I think you're right, Allison. I was just wondering what's worse when Elizabeth calls him Andre or Daddy, because either one of those just is not okay.
I don't get it.
This shit seems fake as fuck.
A lot of it is.
This shit, this whole fucking thing, like their whole skit, like asking, wait, was that the next show?
No, the loan conversation.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like asking Chuck for the fucking loan, like that whole bit. Like it just seems so fucking staged to me. That one especially.
Chuck was shook. Andre is like the definition of a bull in a china shop. Like he is just like barreling around, and I swear, like he is trying to stir up as much shit as humanly possible. And it wouldn't surprise me if they were like, this would be a good storyline. Andre, will you do this? And he would be like, sure. Like he has zero shame.
So that's the thing though. It's like fucking Charlie is just like that too. And Charlie's whole thing at the wedding shit, like I was like, this is almost too fucked up for it to be faked. Like he's fucking wasted.
Oh no.
Running his mouth.
Like that.
And I'm like, not like that, dude, where someone like I couldn't fucking believe it. I'm like,
yeah. It's bad.
Take the fucking mic away from him.
Every wedding I event to, when it starts like that, I'm like, oh god, like the speeches, like let's just get through this with one piece, like
the Jersey Shore wedding.
Oh right. Yes. Oh.
My only takeaway from the meeting with Chuck was he had this one long hair, like flapping. I couldn't. It reminds me of like if I go to shave my legs and like in the back really low, maybe I missed one last time, and I'm like, and it's like this one. What was that? Did the barber miss like a big?
This looks like the world's worst toupee. That's what it looked like.
He was.
I did. I'm
It was on
representing for
upside
Chuck.
down.
I'm representing wearing the polo shirt for Chuck.
There you
He
go.
was frazzled. His hair was following suit.
I didn't even hear most of the conversation because I was just staring at that hair.
It was bad. He was
really
disheveled.
Chuck's doing pretty well for himself, though. I think. I think he's built like. I think that the family does pretty well, and it's all because of that dude. And he really didn't But Andre, it's like, I love it. He's like, I'm going to work hard for you. You go, stop right there. I've never seen you work hard in your entire life. I was like, yeah, Chuck.
Yeah, and I mean, Chuck is right. Come into our business, learn the way, and then eventually, sure, we can look into, like, why would you sit down with somebody? Do you know what, like, my family has ever given me? Like, they give me, like, new towels every year for Christmas. I get, like, 3 towels and maybe a crock pot. $100,000? That's not happening in my family. No,
Andre,
no.
like, we've all had, I'm sure if you've ever managed somebody, like, we've all had an Andre. Like, they're the intern, but they think that they're entitled to be promoted to the director, and you're like, no, you got a ways to go there.
Ugh, this whole family. Yeah, they're going to be the next family Chantel. I think that's what they want to be. And
totally.
I'm not watching that.
Nope,
you nailed it.
Nope.
I'm not watching that. I watch the Family Chantel, but I am not watching.
Oh, you do? No, I don't. I can't.
After the food fight, I was out on that show. That was about it on the Chantel one when they got into the fight.
Last season was actually way better. So
was it?
Give it a shot if you're bored. Yeah.
You never know.
There you go. So, again, people we're very familiar with, Brandon and Julia. So here they are.
Pick the most boring fucking couple to be on this show. They are the most boring.
The best part of this, and I don't know why I didn't know until now, they live in Dimwittle, Virginia.
They do.
That is a town made for Brandon. Where is Brandon from? Dimwittle. Yes, perfect. Never move because it's, yes,
I don't think you will.
Perfect.
You don't have to worry about that.
They want to go to Vegas. Great. I mean, this is a good idea for him to take her somewhere. I agree with that. I don't really have anything else.
So here, go ahead, Allison. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's fine. It seemed like they were getting along a little bit better with Ron and Betty. Julia needs to stop with the farm because we're done. Like, I don't want to hear about the friggin' farm anymore. Like, we get it. We're past it. I don't like the pig either, but we're past it. I'm going to bring up that pig every single episode that we talk. Like, it's going to be my cameo. I'm bringing up
Fair enough.
Julia, the one thing that struck me so hard about this episode is that Julia is hugging a tree in the most unnatural place on planet Earth. Like, kind of the way that Natalie was hugging it in the middle of the wood, in which is a very natural place. I was laughing so hard because she's hugging the palm tree, and I'm just like, okay, like, what are we doing here? She's
weird.
Embarrassing.
I love that. They've been to fucking Las Vegas for like 6 hours, and she's like, let's just fucking move here.
Live here.
No, you don't want to live there.
I've never been, but I can tell you I would definitely rather be at the farm than Vegas.
It's one of those places where it's like maybe fun for 3 days and then it's time to come home. Like, I've worked there way too much, so it's completely ruined for me. I would rather go anywhere else on the planet. But yeah. Way too much work there.
Yeah. Ron says that Brandon is starting to act very submissive to Julia. I wonder why, Ron. Maybe because until Julia came along, he was submissive to Betty. Like, he went right from, doing everything the mama said to just doing everything the wife said. Why is this shocking? So Ron with his, big revelation here.
Where did you learn that, Ron? Are you serious?
Oh, they were so weird. Like, they're just so weird.
I like them, though. I think they're cute. I think they remind me of like a Maine couple, like a old Maine parents or something. Like,
and you're telling me they're not glad to have the kids out of the house? They're hitting that hot tub hard.
Yeah, you know it.
It's therapeutic.
No clothes. in the hot tub.
That's right. Angela being there with them.
That's what they should do. Just give Angela a hot tub and be like, here, make content, please. You know they do that. She would.
Every time, like, we talk about Angela, I said this on Twitter too, but all I can think about is that episode. Was it last season that she was on and they introduced her and she's like twerking and they're doing like the like the saxophone music and she's like getting down. I'm like, that's all I can't remember, get it out of my head. It's like all I think. Oh, how do you not remember?
I blocked it.
All I can think of. It is
got
so
a lobotomy to make it remove
like,
that from my memory.
They're trolling her so hard. Like it's unbelievable. I'm sending it to you.
Is she an in on the joke type, or does she?
I think so.
Think people like. I don't want to say that people don't genuinely like her, but like she knows she's being laughed at. Correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I think she's just a, she's a clown. She's always been like the life of the party,
Right.
and like that's just who she is. I mean, I think it's.
Yeah, glad she's back. Otherwise, we'd be on Brandon and Julia and Elizabeth and Andre. So yeah, she was trying to make the worst jokes at the hotel desk. She's like, so him and I get a room together, and the lady behind the desk is just like. Yeah. I don't care what you do. Like we usually have, multiple people probably in Vegas. Who knows? But
yeah, you want to be next to the what? Hazel, Minty, and Tariq.
Her jokes were so bad. I don't know if it's a Russian thing. Her sense of humor is very off for me. It's just not there.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna end this with the pom poms. We've got Kalini and Asuelu. The biggest boob of them all is him, though. Let's be honest. I mean, he is a man-child.
Kalani has 3 kids. There's just no There's no other adult in the room.
Nope. He is exhausting. Yeah.
I mean, it was totally staged. Like the whole thing was totally staged. Like
jumping on the bed and all that other shit.
Is this toddler proof? It's like, okay. And then we open the door, and there they all are jumping on the bed. Now, like, do I think that Asuelu would do this in a non-staged environment? Absolutely.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
He has proven time and time again to be the ultimate man-child. Mm-hmm. I don't think they are long for this world. They do seem to like each other, but I couldn't deal with that. Like, you need another adult. It's too much. Those kids are so young too, and having them so close together, like, how is she surviving? I don't know.
They live with the parents.
They're already saying like we're together for the kids.
Yes,
they're already. That's what couples say, like when their kids are teenagers, that they fucking hate each other, But these people, their kids like 2, like we're staying together because we don't want to bring other idiots into the marriage. And he's just like, I take dumps in the woods. Okay, thank you, Taylor. Fucking see you later. Under the moon. Okay. Yeah. And so any of the couples couldn't get fucking worse. We got these guys. And then the crazy mom and Tammy are going to show up. And then, oh my God, they're going to fight again. See, that's what's so fucked up about this. It's like everything's just a rehash. Like those 3 couples, like, fucking Andrea. And that's a rehash of the family issue, a rehash of the family issue, a rehash of Mike and Natalie. That's what this season, like, that's what I feel like it's turning into already.
Yeah, happily ever after is tough with that for sure. Go ahead, Allison.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to interrupt you. The thing is I really like Kalani, and I really like her sister, and I really like her family. First of all, Kalani and Kalini, which I couldn't deal with that. I'd always like mix them up if I was
not good.
Teacher.
You should just say the sister, and
yeah, for real, it's too close. But anyway. They are both so pretty. Like
that sister is like, stunning.
Oh,
yeah, she is
stunning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, how much money do you make as a rideshare person?
Nah.
Is that like driving Uber? I don't even know what it is.
Yes.
He was making it sound like he was, making bank, but this is probably compared to his salary from Samoa.
It's like 3 coconuts and a donkey. Like your 401k, you get a donkey.
He's like, wow, I get $100 a week here. This is
fucking loaded.
I mean, who knows? Like,
At least he's working. She's just probably happy he's out of the house. She's ordering those fake rides because she's just like, just get him out of the house, please. Go somewhere.
I went there and nobody was there to pick up. Okay. Fuck this way.
can you imagine getting him as your Uber driver?
No,
What would
because
that be
I
like?
I don't get the vibe that all of the hygiene is probably what we are used to. I'll just say that. I don't get that vibe. They live with the parents with these two children in a, I mean, not huge home. And now the sister's coming, so I'm sure this, like Gig said, I'm sure this, it's not a chance that, oh, I gotta come stay for a month. A month.
I like that she's already planning their divorce party. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she does not like this guy.
Thanks, sis. Appreciate the faith.
Yeah, she doesn't hold back on that. Neither does the dad, if I remember. He wasn't in this episode. I wonder if he's
That dude is fucking
terrifying.
intimidating as
Yeah,
fuck.
he's scary.
yes.
My old lead singer was Samoan, and the fucking Samoans are just scary,
They got
scary
that
fucking
stone
people,
face almost.
period.
Yes.
And they're all fucking huge in one way or other. They're either huge this way or they're huge this way, and they are terrifying.
Yep. No, so we didn't see him, which is interesting. I hope he plans to take part in the show, so we'll see.
Oh, I'm sure.
Anything. I just have the Sisters of Smoke show, and she's moving in there. That's all I have. There's really not much else.
I was bored.
They were doing the foreshadowing with Tammy and Mom showing up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and saying like, I don't want to have any more kids. And she's like, oh, and Tammy's pretending like she's gonna fucking fight again. And so I don't remember any other season like being like seeming like it's this contrived.
I'm trying to remember the last Happily Ever After that I watched. See, I think the last time we had Happily Ever After, it went along with a regular 90-day. So you had both at the same
Was that
time.
like Russ and Paula? Like when they had the beef
Probably.
with Paula's best friend? Or
yes.
was that Happily Ever After?
I think so.
I'm looking
Because they were well married. And usually the regular season ends with a
Because I can see that as being kind of like contrived too. Like that whole beef between Russ and Homeboy.
What was his? I don't remember.
Oh, you know what it was? It was just the last season. So it was Larissa, Eric, Jess, Angela, Michael, Colt, Fellini, Tanya, St. John. So
wow, that wasn't that long ago. They have to keep making material, and there just really isn't much with people that we see over and over. So
the people want Stephanie, and Stephanie, we didn't talk about that. Did you?
very
You guys
exciting.
might have on part one. Like any dirt on why she wasn't at the reunion?
It just sounds like she was upset with how she was portrayed by TLC, and she's doing these Instagram lives now, and she brings like her friends on, and you can see her going like she'd be like, Allison, you've never seen me drink alcohol, have you? And they're like, no, of course not.
Sober.
It was very.
Was it really like that's what it was about? Is she with either one of those dudes?
To
Currently,
be honest, I didn't. It was a 58-minute thing.
She's not
breezed through it.
I think she was spotted on Bumble, maybe. So she's back in the dating.
Is that a dating web? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like an app.
She's heavy into OnlyFans too. I think so.
Are you serious? Really?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh my god.
So,
can you imagine
giving those out to anybody these days? Huh?
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't think it holds the like. It's not like, wow, they have an OnlyFans. It's kind of like, oh well, yeah.
Stephanie's got a fucking closet full of fishnets.
I mean, I'm sure there's an audience for that. There's an audience for everything.
Of course there is.
I can just see her like being like, oh, I'm gonna find love by having an only. Like, okay, no, you're not. Like, she just is too needy and not quite understanding what
Oh,
certain attention is.
she's not sober. I mean, that's first and
She isn't.
foremost. Like she needs to kind of get herself right and then maybe find a boyfriend.
Yeah, denial is not just a river in Egypt. I mean,
No.
she's definitely fucking drinking.
But they need to
she's-
find the next Stephanie for this show because she was I enjoyed watching that very much, and she will not be back. It sounds because she broke the NDA and.
What was the other couple that they didn't show besides? I'm looking forward to Jovi. I think that shit's just going to be like, hey, look at our happy little family, and I think it's going to be
It'll
all
be
right.
sweet and
It'll
yes,
be, you know,
yeah.
because they seem like, you know, even though she was like, oh my God, I can't believe you got to dance from a stripper. And he's like, you know, I know you guys already covered this, but I gotta fucking say something.
No, go ahead.
When fucking Tariq's like, this is the part where you apologize. He's like, yes, sir. He goes, that is exactly what I just do. I was like, that's fucking funny as shit, dude. But like, they seem like they're in a way different spot, and she seems like having the baby has fucking changed
She's
her.
come down to earth a little bit
In a really good way, too.
Yes,
like
yes,
she seems way more like personable, and you know. And what was the name of the other couple? This is another forgettable
Tiffany
couple.
and Ronald.
Yeah, Tiffany and Ronald.
Oh wow, it didn't work out. I'm shocked. Like,
right.
I mean,
what was the name of the dude that was like in prison? He was English or Irish, and he had
John.
What was the chick's name?
Was it,
It was John, though. You're right. Lived with his mom, drank tea.
Yes. Wait, are you talking about Darcy's?
The baby's name was
No.
Lucy.
Lucy.
Yes.
What was her name? I don't remember her name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever happened to that? Like,
they still have to live apart, I think, because he has too much of a criminal record to come here, and she won't leave because she has another kid.
Him? Oh yeah, with him. She had a kid with him, right?
No, it wasn't his kid, but she met him while she was still pregnant, and he got to FaceTime the birth of somebody else's baby. So,
that's
my God, it's driving me nuts that I don't remember her name too.
I can see her.
Yeah,
you guys are way better than the names than I am, for sure.
So, I mean, this is where I wish we could get just like a 1 episode update. Show me what they're doing, show me what they're all about, and then we can move on, because they probably wouldn't be worth a whole season, especially where they're on different continents, and you know, some of their story I'm sure would get redundant, but I wouldn't mind a little Rachel. Yes.
Even like some of the randoms, like what the fuck was Darcy's? What's the hell is the blonde guy's name? Jesse. Yeah, like, oh, let's check on Jesse. Oh, still a douchebag. Moving on.
Check on Jesse. Jesse's everywhere.
Is he?
Isn't he doing motivational speeches in nursing homes, or am I making that up?
No.
I hope that's a real thing. I'll be so happy.
Him and Ash.
Well, no. So he and Tom like paired up, and I think they were trying to sell something. I don't remember what it was, but I think they were trying to sell something.
Bed sheets to nursing homes. Be like, old people don't care about the thread count, bro.
It's the best sheet you'll ever see.
I agree though. I like little one-offs would be fun. So I'm that, you know what, that probably exists on Discovery Plus, and I'm just gonna have to eventually break down and get it, because
my friend who I've mentioned before has given me her login to Discovery Plus. I have yet to log in because it's not on my Xfinity for some reason. But I will log in and I will report back.
Scope it out. Let us know if it is worth it.
What's on Discovery Plus? What's on it? Because I just got it.
She's going to tell us next week. Oh, well, you can tell us too then. Well, maybe I'll just have to join in on the fun. So we can add some.
What are we watching? What's on there?
Well, I think they have like the people who didn't survive as a couple do like dating stuff. So you'll have like Big Ed going on a date.
That shit's on Discovery Plus?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I don't have it, so I don't know, but we might have to. I might have to indulge at this point.
I just got it to watch Deadliest Catch a week early every time. That's what I got it for. So.
Well, you know, there might be some hidden gems in there, and you know, Big Ed. I think there's a lot of Molly on there. You know, selling her bras.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much why she's there. So we'll have to see. But yeah, there's always these people we forget about, and it's like, oh, what are they doing? Let's check in on them.
Serious pom poms on Molly too. Something about the show.
It's a yeah.
Natalie, Molly,
100 pounds worth of boobs. Just
Angela too. I mean, let's be real.
Giant cans all over the place.
Natalie has blown up. I'm sure Tiffany's not exactly small in the chest area. So we'll see next week. And then, I mean, Kalani, I can't even imagine what she's wearing underneath to make your boobs go up as high as they are. They're up to here. They're up like this.
Ratchet straps. Cinches them puppies up.
Something. It's remarkable. Because she's far enough off having a baby that she's like plump with milk, I would think. How old's her youngest?
Both of them still, though. Like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Asuelo is probably still fucking breastfeeding.
He kicks the kid out and says, I want to turn.
I'm starving.
Hey.
All right, I think we've gone long, so I think we're going to end it on that note. Hopefully we see some breastfeeding and we can get to the bottom of what's going on there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice to be back. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.